Well, whatever happens in this final, it is going to be some story. Daryl Gurney, yesterday's winner, that was his first PDC title, and he could be on the verge. And the man that's trying to stop him is a man aiming for his first title. I'm Chris Murphy, and Dan Dawson joins me to talk you through the action.
Narrative. We crave narrative, and we've got it here at Players Championship 8. Not just the £10,000 top prize and a PDC title on the line in the final here, but, as you say, much, much more than that. Joe Cullen looking to join the club of PDC title winners. Daryl Gurney looking to join an elite club of people who've won 2 titles in consecutive days. We've just been furiously going through the various databases and calling our stats dwarves to try and find who else has done it. 8 players we reckon have done it. Some obvious ones: Taylor,
that's a 25.
MVG, Gary Anderson, Raymond van Barneveld, Chizzy, Thornton,
that's the bullseye. Second up.
Wes Newton.
Where's Newton?
Wes Newton. And Jamie Caven.
First leg, it's Joe Frey first.
Can Daryl Gurney add his name to that list? To do so, he's going to have to find a break of throw, because Joe Cullen is kicking off first and kicks off perfectly.
Well, what a start. No sign of nerves for Cullen. Has been in finals before, of course.
58.
This is 4th PDC ranking final. His first was all the way back in 2011, Dan.
58.
Lost to the great Phil the Power Taylor in a UK Open qualifier. Has won 3 finals, but they were all on the development tour. So he knows what it takes. And like Daryl Gurney,
60.
Despite Cullen only being 27 years old, I think it's been a long time coming for a title for this man.
Yeah, I think everybody
99.
at the start of the year, when you were looking at potential new winners on the PDC, people would have talked about Joe Cullen, they would have talked about Daryl Gurney. I'm not sure people would have talked about Rob Cross,
100.
but they proved them wrong. He's had an explosive start to his senior PDC career. Is Cullen is going to stay up there. Sensible.
140.
And leaves himself double 12 for the first leg and a potential 13 darter.
$93.
So Cullen wants double 12 to take the first leg.
No score.
Well, he had a little glance, didn't he, at Daryl Gurney's score then, just to make sure he wasn't on a finish. And the man from just down the road in Bradford in West Yorkshire could be making the short journey home £10,000 richer.
On the first leg, Joe Cullen.
And all he needs is 5 more legs to do it.
Second leg, it's Daryl Frame first.
Well, easier said than done. Joe Cullen got a bit of a hiding in his first final back in 2011 when he really was signalling his potential 3 development tour wins, or youth tour wins as they were then. And then that final in a senior event, beaten by Phil Taylor 6-1. And to be honest, he's not got close in his other 2 PDC finals, both last year. The ranking ones, at any rate. As Gurney
140.
just misses out on his first maximum. Yeah, he was given a 6-0 hiding by Benito. That was in Coventry on the Pro Tour last year. And then, a little while
81.
after, Ian White did for him, 6-3 in the final.
Has been threatening special things.
100.
Joe Cullen produced something special last time out in Barnsley, a 9-dart leg hit on the live stream. That was his
97.
first career 9-darter, but it's a kind of standard start to this final. Cullen with a strong hold of throw, Gurney looking to follow suit.
72 left.
Just needs to tidy this up.
Oh, he's been told he's got 72 left. I think he had 82 left, and he's just hit treble 16. So, well, a bit of a scorer error there, but then again, ultimately, it's the player's responsibility, is it not? He thought he was leaving 24. He's actually left 34. So, all right, he'll come back, and if he wants to, he can split it, and he'll leave his favourite double 16.
99.
Or he could go straight at it. Cullen is ready to pounce. He does split it.
Game
And it doesn't matter. So Gurney will just want to forget about that. He can smile about it now. It would have been very, very
Joe
different
Cullen
had he missed a couple of darts there.
Well, Cullen
180.
kicked off the first leg with a maximum, and he's showing that he's not going to buckle 2 legs when he's had the throw first. He started with a 180.
And you do wonder, Joe Cullen, this is his 4th PDC final. Hang about.
180.
Hold that thought. Back-to-back 180s. Joe Cullen, a man who produced his first career 9-darter right here at the Metrodome not very long ago, has kicked
140.
off 180-180 in the final.
Treble 20 now. Treble 15. That's the same route he went for the one he landed
83.
just a few weeks ago at this very venue. He will not care a jot that he's not hitting a 9-darter here. All he wants is his name next to
180.
winner.
Well, Darryl Gurney's on an 11-darter, so there's pressure. Despite going 7 perfect darts at the start of this leg, but it is a 12-dart leg for Joe Cullen. And what a start to this final. We saw Darryl Gurney before Joe Cullen rudely interrupted me with 7 perfect darts. Darryl Gurney turned up in his first
45.
Players' Championship final. We had seen him on the European Tour in a final. But he turned up in his first one, and he played superbly against Kim Huybrechts. He averaged more than 104 as Cullen.
140.
It's on 40 this time. More than 104. He really did turn it on in a high-pressure game. Now, Joe Cullen, obviously, he's had some heavy defeats in his first finals.
140.
Maybe that rankled with him. Maybe that's a problem. Maybe he's seen a guy go and win his first title. Suddenly he's the highest-ranked PDC player without a
134.
title. And he knows that he has to turn it on and play his best. And he started superbly here. It's a great response.
Yeah, well, all these kind of fringe players are competing to make that step into the elite, aren't they, for World Series selection, which Darryl Gurney's got, for Premier League selection,
140.
which was mentioned for Gurney last year. And Cullen must be looking at it thinking, well, I want a bit of that.
Well, you know what? It's that kind of attitude that has helped
96.
take Joe Cullen to where he is right now. Can he take out this 87 for a break of throw? Up for the 20s. Gets the treble, so it's double 5. Oh, not far away from the first break of throw.
Well, Gurney's going to Las Vegas, but right now it's all about Shanghai. 20 for double top.
100.
Oh, that is so close from Darryl Gurney. But now a big chance for Cullen.
Double 5 for a bit of daylight.
Game
And a
shot
2-leg
for
cushion, and Joe Cullen takes it out with a 14-darter. The Yorkshireman, playing not far from home, finds himself halfway there.
And he keeps kicking off with 180s on throw. This is incredible stuff from Joe Cullen. By the way, Darryl Gurney in that final yesterday averaged just a shade under 105, and this is going to be pretty similar from Cullen so
100.
far.
Yeah, it's been very, very impressive. Not going to follow up the 180 with another 180 as he did in the third leg.
58.
Darryl Gurney told you yesterday, and of course our millions of viewers worldwide, that he
96.
feels that there'll be a target on his back, Dan. He didn't say that he's going to go on and sweep everyone before him. He felt that he would be the target today. Well, you've got to
51.
be impressed with how well Darryl Gurney has handled that. Wins against the likes of James Wade and Dave Chisnell, and that hard-fought
45.
quarter-final win against his pal Stuart Kelly. You've got to be really impressed with how Gurney has dealt with things, but can he deal with Joe Cullen from this position in this final?
Yeah, that is the question.
97.
Certainly Stuart Kellett pushed him very hard, put him in difficult positions, and he had to battle back from being behind. But he's going to have to battle back here, and this is how you do it, Darryl. This is how you do it. A second 180 for the Northern Irishman. Leaves himself a 2-darter. Cullen needs all 3 darts to see this off. Got to find a treble. Doesn't find a treble. Chance for Gurney to break back immediately.
75.
But he kept breaking back immediately against Kelly in that game that we just mentioned. Takes a step back. Angered James Wade by composing himself. Nothing wrong with it. And it seems to work for Darryl Gurney.
60.
And again, he's just brushed the bottom wire.
Well, it could have been very different, couldn't it, Darryl Gurney? 1 dot at double
Game
top for a
shot on the
Shanghai
fifth
finish.
leg.
1 dot
Joe
there
Cullen.
at double top. And Joe Cullen is making him pay.
Yeah, Daryl Gurney, his first 3 games to win his board, he dropped just 5 legs, getting to the last 16, as he kicks off with a maximum for a change. I meant that Joe Cullen usually does it, I didn't mean Daryl Gurney doesn't normally. But after that, yeah, Daryl Gurney, 6-4 wins all the way through, from the last 16 to the final.
140.
Well, Gurney has only beaten Cullen once in his career.
140.
In their 4 meetings. It is the most recent one. It was back in October in Dublin. That Players' Championship event before the Grand Prix. And it went all the way to a deciding leg. The other 3 meetings all won by Cullen. And does that give him something to cling on to? Gurney
96.
is putting in a very strong leg of darts here.
Double 16 for an 11 darter.
On the 6th flag.
To move back within 2. It was analysing Joe Cullen's form earlier on, and he's had many, many fantastic wins. I recall
97.
one against Raymond van Barneveld on the European Tour. Many brilliant performances, but not often enough that he's put them together in a run, in one day or one tournament.
82.
Is today going to be his day? Will the former postman deliver his first title?
Well, I mentioned earlier on that it was that sort of
140.
mindset of wanting a bit of success, seeing what other people had, that has driven Joe Cullen on to make the improvements to his game that he has done over the last couple of years. And Gurney, ton 40. It was actually the UK Open when his best mate Devon Peterson had a run to the quarterfinals. And he was sat there, he'd been knocked out of the tournament.
180.
Maximum for Cullen leaves 84. And he was annoyed, and the very next year he went and made the quarterfinals, and he's just not looked back. He keeps getting better, Joe Cullen. Gurney,
180.
another 180. These guys trade in the big scores.
Well, there's been no Anderson, no Van Gerwen this weekend, but this final has provided excellent quality darts.
72.
8 maximums. And now it could be getting closer. Tops. And again, just low on the double top. And Cullen, is he about to move a leg away?
Game shot
Yes,
7.
he is. Joe Cullen, within hours of being given this title of the highest ranked player in the PDC not to win a title, Joe Cullen may be about to set things straight. And that mantle will pass to
91.
Kyle Anderson, I believe. Cristo Reyes, the other guy in the top 32, not to have won a PDC title.
Yeah, come on, guys, pull your socks up.
59.
These two are leading the way. Well, it just shows the depth of strength in the game of darts at the moment, that almost now all the top 32,
140.
if Cullen goes on to win, will have ranking titles. Just 3 players inside the top 32 without. Incredible wealth of talent.
180.
And Cullen underlining that with yet another maximum. 10 for the match in total, 6 for the Yorkshireman, 4 for Daryl Gurney.
59.
And I think that phrase you used there, the strength in depth of talent, is key. Because I know some of the top players duck out of some of these tournaments. There's no MVG
98.
here. He does turn up to most of them, it has to be said. There's no Anderson here. He ducks out of a few. But you are seeing guys in the top 32, even outside the top 32,
60.
quite capable of throwing ton-plus averages. And you didn't used to see that on a regular basis. You do now. These are tough to win.
Well, is this going to be... Well, this isn't going to be the moment for Joe Cullen. In fact, his
27.
worst visit of the match. And Gurney will hope to have 6 darts from here. Cullen will return, but wouldn't expect to be returning for a combination in which he'd require 2 trebles.
Yeah, 74.
When he walked to the hockey before the previous throw.
Daryl Gurney just a knowing nod at the scorer there as he double-checks his score.
131.
And everything's gone according to plan there to leave double 10. Can Joe Cullen see it off now? No, he cannot. But he is going to apply the pressure, isn't he? And now, Daryl Gurney, what have you got? Because the double 10 has to go. Otherwise, you'll be staring down the barrel of defeat.
73.
Yeah, it'll be a disastrous weekend for
121.
Daryl Gurney if he doesn't pin this double 10, won't it?
Super chin. Indestructible 5-3, still in this one.
Now, is Joe Cullen
96.
starting, perhaps, to feel it?
Well, look, he's already got far, far closer to his first PDC title than he has in his 3 previous finals. It is there for the taking
96.
for Joe Cullen. But it's darts, you have to go and win it. You can't just play for time. You can't take the board in the corner and wait for the ref to blow up.
57.
All 3 darts low in that visit. The first dart in the previous one was low as well. And Daryl Gurney's are right on point.
174.
A 174 for Gurney to add to the 4 maximums that he's hit. And is the tide turning?
93.
Last dart treble from Cullen saves that visit, keeps him interested, but Gurney, oh, he scents blood. He scents blood. It's a maximum 11 in this final. You tell me that these guys aren't producing world-class darts just because MVG and Gary Anderson and Phil Taylor aren't here. This is special.
Well, that one also followed a 174 in the previous visit from Gurney, and now he wants double 16 for an 11 darter.
Daryl Gurney.
And this is just getting a little bit too close for comfort for Cullen. But whatever happens, he will get a chance to throw for. Well, he'll get a chance to throw again for the match if he doesn't break here, of course. But Daryl Gurney just blew him away to break there.
Well, look, Gurney has managed to do something
45.
he hadn't done in the game so far and win 2 consecutive legs. He has won 3 of the last 4. He's got the wind in his sails.
99.
Can Cullen stand up to him here? It is a fascinating finale we have for you here at Players Championship 8.
Well, put them on a postage stamp. Daryl Gurney hammers home the game's 12th maximum. I defy you to find
60.
a much better quality final on the Pro Tour than this. We haven't seen the like for a while on the live stream. This pair showing their credentials.
94.
Daryl Gurney, a title winner. Is Joe Cullen going to be crowned, or will he be denied by the man looking for the double chin?
140.
Ton 40 for Cullen. He is right behind him. But Gurney cannot stop hitting the 60. Look at this. Don't leave double 1.
130.
Superb stuff.
I think this is what they mean, Dan, when they talk about being in the zone. Something has happened to Daryl Gurney over the last
105.
3 or 4 minutes. A switch has been flicked in his head, and he is just hitting everything he wants. Everything.
10th flag. Daryl Gurney.
We are going all the way. And this final deserves it. There's a shake of the hand. Daryl Gurney, having claimed his first PDC title yesterday, looking to make it a double for the weekend. Joe Cullen,
140.
he was 5-2 up, has lost the last 3 legs, but kicks off 140.
And can Gurney find 2 big
134.
trebles as well? Yes, he can. I just want to stop and watch, Dan.
Absorbing
100.
stuff. And in a game that has seen so many trebles hit, so many big scores, every single one becomes so much more valuable.
140.
This is a $4 game. Runner-up gets $6, winner gets $10, but it's much more than that for both of these guys.
Needs a treble to leave a finish,
57.
doesn't get one, and Daryl Gurney will now be sniffing out the advantage.
He's got 1. And this is a real title-winning opportunity for Daryl Gurney. He has left 87 and he will get a go at it. Joe Cullen, 5-2 up. What a response.
140.
64 left. This is anyone's.
Well, he looked, didn't he? He looked at Gurney's score, thought, what do I need? Hit a 140. Gurney, only a dart at the bull,
44.
and doesn't hit it.
A title-winning dart missed at the bullseye by Daryl Gurney. It could have been a big weekend. A double weekend, but 2 darts for the title. Misses double 8. But not double 4! Joe Cullen, the second big roar of the weekend. Cullen is a PDC winner.
Well, Joe Cullen roars even louder than Daryl Gurney did yesterday in winning his first title. What an incredible weekend of darts. There are your two winners from Players' Championship 7 and 8.
Just talk us through that 5-2 up. Daryl gets a dart for it, but you have your first PDC title.
Yeah, Daryl was missing absolutely nothing at the latter end. It was I was taking every chance I got early on, but every time I looked up there was two trebles, and I'm just thinking, you only need one more leg. But Daryl was just hitting absolutely everything, and I just thought, just put one good leg together at the end. And fortunately, Daryl missed the ball, and I was fortunate enough to get the win.
It is 6 years since you made your first senior PDC final. This has been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've really put the work in, and I had an awful day yesterday, and I was down in the dumps a little bit. I played awful. It's genuinely awful is an understatement. But I come in today and just thought that I always come in thinking I can win, but today there was just something. There was like Jordi Muwisa, however you say it. He missed 2 darts to beat me first game after I'd missed, and I just thought, just ride your luck a little bit, and the draw opened up a little bit, and luckily to get the win.
What does it mean to you to be a PDC title winner? You'd won on the youth tour, but this is different, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I saw. I very rarely look on Twitter after a bad day, and I looked, and it was like 16 notifications, something like that. And I saw the stat that I was the highest ranked player not to win an event. Before that, it was Daryl. So it's kind of ironic that I beat Daryl in the final to get the win today. Yeah,
and to be fair, you've only held that title for a matter of hours. You've gone and put that right very, very quickly. Do you believe that, you've seen Daryl, he was very close to making it 2 in 2 days. Yeah. Do you believe that now you've crossed that line, more is going to follow? The floodgates could open?
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure Daryl thinks the same. I think everyone's sort of looking towards me, Daryl, Gavin Price, people like that, and they're looking towards people who are going to push for the Premier League next year, and obviously this is a decent stepping stone to do so.
How do you go about building on this? Is it just confidence? That's a big part of this game, isn't it? Once you know you can win, does it get easier?
It does. It's kind of a funny one because it is confidence, but to be fair, I came in today. Obviously I was confident, but not my normal confident, jovial self as I was. So, but I think the 2 finals that I lost before, the 2 people that I lost to had won before, and obviously Daryl had, but it was yesterday, so it was still fresh in his memory. But I've got a quite decent record against Daryl, so I'm over the moon to get the win. Over the moon.
It's probably the last couple of years, really, that we've seen you make some big progress as dart player. You've always had potential. People have always talked about you. But what's been the difference that's turned you into a player of potential to a player who's now a PDC title winner?
I'm not lazy. The thing is that I was obviously when you come up as a youngster, everyone's telling you how much natural talent you've got and things like that, and I just thought I could rely on that. Some days I could, don't get me wrong. I'd turn up and I'd beat whatever's put in front of me, but then I'd lose games that I should never ever lose. And last year, I just thought I'll put the work in to start with, and just see what happens. If I fall flat on my face, then I can't. I've put everything that I've got into it, and obviously it's paying off last year, and I've had a really slow start to this year, but obviously I'm in, and I was just thought that I might even get in the Grand Slam with that. Is it? Possibly.
There's a chance.
Possibly.
There's a chance, but I tell you what, you just go and make a final or win one of the big ones, and then you're definitely in.
Yeah, definitely.
Joe, congratulations.
Thank you,
Superb stuff today. Well deserved. It's been a long time coming. Joe Cullen, your latest winner on the PDC Tour. It's been an incredible weekend. Daryl Gurney and Joe Cullen, both first-time winners. The PDC Tour continues next weekend with the European Tour. We will be live from Germany Friday, Saturday, Sunday for more live top-quality darts featuring the best players in the world. And that is a very happy man.